Well, hello, my beautiful gems. This is Maria from the Guided Gem, and I'm here to do a reading for my single Aries. So, Aries, this is going to be a reading to find out why you are still single and if there's anything you can do to help yourself find your soulmate. All right, Spirit, let's do this. Aries single, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So, as long as you have somewhere Aries anywhere in your chart, there might be a message for you in here. All right, Spirit, what messages do I have to give my beautiful single Aries and what they can do to find their soulmate? We have, the Phoenix Rising. Aries, are you already doing something to help you find your soulmate? So it sounds like you guys are healing from a past situation and now you guys are just wanting to go after whatever it is that you need to go after. Pride. Okay, so here's something that we can work on. So pride has to do with the ego. And sometimes our ego does, get in our way because, I'm right and, I got to do it this way and I got to do it that way. And if they don't understand, then it's their issue, not our issue, right? Aries. But let me just say that between the Phoenix rising, maybe, you're rising to a level, but you need to be careful about that pride because that pride, sometimes it can we can get ahead of ourselves and it could cause us to be judged by people, which, you know what? No one is allowed to judge, but sometimes we tend to be, what's the word? Like kind of full of ourselves is what I'm hearing. But I don't think you guys are like that. Um, this pride sometimes it gets in our way, but sometimes it can make us very, very powerful, right? And superior to others. So we got to be careful. At the same time, it can cause you to be judgmental, unteachable, and hardened. So a little bit of that stubbornness. Okay, so if that is something that you do resonate with, then I encourage you to maybe look deep within and ask yourself why you have those tendencies, right? Are you the type of person that likes to take on a fight or likes to quarrel about just about anything? Or are you the kind of person that just disagrees with everyone just because, And that's not really fun to be around that energy when it's always constant, like challenging, constantly, quarreling about something or disagreeing with everyone just because, right? Or do you always think that you're right? And that's another thing that, Aries, I think you guys do sometimes do, but not because you're wrong, but just because you feel that you're right and you want everyone to know that you're right and you need to insist and you want the acknowledgement of someone saying like, yes, you're right, Aries. I'm so sorry. You're right, Aries, right? But, you don't need anyone's approval, number one. Number two, it makes the others feel uncomfortable. So you have to understand that. And I think if you can understand that and allow yourself to rise yourself to that place where, it's balanced. And that's all you need to do. Just bring it to a balance, right? You need to stop overestimating your importance and learn to be humble. So being humble is something that a lot of people have a hard time doing. And I think, Aries, I think what Spirit is telling me to tell you here is that it's something that you really need to focus on a little bit. And maybe, maybe you've already worked on yourself in respect to that. And this is not your reading then, which is fine, right? But if we look at the Phoenix rising, then we also have this sense of, it's time to sweep away everything that has not worked in your life. Sweep away like your habits, sweep away like anything that you've done in the past that put you in a situation where you weren't too happy with. Just let all that go, right? If you feel that things are breaking down in your life or were breaking down and not going the way you wanted it to, it's an old cycle. So it's time to let that go. It's time to close that door, shut it out, complete that chapter of your life, and just rise to the next chapter, right? What else do we feel with these cards? If sometimes you tend to isolate yourself because you're running away from the chaos, or you're trying to stay away from any drama. You might feel that you're suppressing, you're suppressing yourself because you think you're going to heal this way. But I don't think that that's the way to do it. The universe has plans and opportunities that are better than you can imagine. So the point here is to let go and to trust and anticipate what is coming, right? So it seems like there's a lot of work for you guys to do, but I don't want to dwell on it anymore. And these are short readings anyway. It's just to help you rise so that you can finally find your soulmate. Okay. All right, Spirit, let's see what we have with the Phoenix rising here. We're going into tarot now. The High Priestess. I love it. So the High Priestess is the energy of knowing, okay? It's the energy of having all of this knowledge. Maybe you're a very intelligent person, and this is like the word humble is coming right into my mind. And to be humble, even though you're this very bookworm and you have all this knowledge, and you're above the general population, being humble will allow people to say, oh my God, you're so smart. Oh my God, thank you for sharing that. Oh my God, like whatever, and really praise you at that time. But if you boast yourself, and if you take pride in telling everyone how smart you are, then this is something that you need to kind of lower that vibration a little bit, right? But definitely you are very smart, very knowledgeable. You're the holder of a lot of information, which sometimes brings you to a point where you think you can help everyone. Now let's get into that. You think you can help everyone because you're so smart. You have all of this knowledge. You have this book of knowledge. But, a lot of people will use others because of their knowledge, because of their education, because of all of this information that they have. So you're thinking that you're being nice and helping these people. Meanwhile, they are saying like, oh, okay, thank you for that information, and turn your back on you. So if that has happened for you over and over again, it's time to close that chapter, right? So I'm not saying don't help people. I'm just saying don't put yourself in a position where, because you're helping people, that is a sign that they like you. Okay? I hope that makes sense. You can help someone without having any expectations in return. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, Spirit. Pride. Why is pride here? So pride, it's with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is really interesting. So Aries, what I'm getting with this card is that, you guys have this huge pride, regardless of who you are, whether you're male, female, or any other denomination. Here's what it's telling me. So having all of this pride, if your financial situation is not to the standard where you think you are worthy of someone, especially someone who you are really interested in, you're not even going to make that offer because you say, no, I'm not good enough. And Spirit is like, that's your pride talking. Let that go. And if you found true love, how dare you not go after that true love because of a financial situation? Okay? That was really interesting. And I think this resonates for a lot of you Aries out there. And if it did, great. Do not click off just yet. I'm going to leave you with some advice from Spirit in order to help you deal with this and what you should be doing to lower that pride, to rise up above, any past hurt or expectations, right? Okay. All right, Spirit. Relationships. So intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. Aries, I love this card for you guys because if you are still single then there's a huge importance that Spirit wants, a huge, huge message from Spirit here for you. You are meant to be in a relationship. Absolutely. And the only thing blocking you is you. All right, my beautiful gems, I'm going to leave it here because I think this is a very powerful message. And I think whoever is still single completely understands this, and this is what you need to work on. So, if you did like this reading, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video with all the Aries you know. And please, please, please write me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So until the next reading, I'm sending you love and light.